Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. We're getting back on the Ford. We need to get this chassis, it's already on the rollers, slide it out of the way over here. I'm gonna pull the F100 out. I'll rinse it off real good, blow out the leaves and sticks that are in the bed. And you see there's something bagged up. The new wheels came in for this project. So they're brand new and they're covered up to be protected. So we might give you a sneak peek on those here soon. Once we get all these things into place, we'll start taking the bed off. We'll get the cab and the front end off, and then that chassis can get on out of here. Before I pull the Ford back in, we're going to, I'll push, since it's on the rollers, it's pretty easy to move. I'll swing it over lengthwise, and then we'll go to stick that motor and transmission in, because I need to cut on the table a new plate. I marked it before where it goes, but I need better marks, a more accurate number, so I can, like I said, cut it on the table. Once we get that set in place, we know all that's good, then we'll pull the motor back out, and then we'll pull the truck in and start disassembling. Just drew out the template for the trans mount. This was the old one. I don't know what transmission they had in it, but this mount didn't work whether I flipped it over or not. This is what I have. This is off a little bit, but you get the idea. Now we can go inside and design it on Fusion. That's what I come up with. Here's the template. Now I just need to do the cut paths. And then we can take it out and cut on the table. Put the cut paths already in, and we can run the simulator. Looks good to me. So we'll go cut this. I've already done a dry run. I've already loaded it up. It's ready to go. We'll go ahead and cut this plate out of the 1/4 inch. Now the compressor's shut off, let's check this piece out. Talking about no waste. Look at the long them edges, right up against them other parts. Oh yeah, that's nice. Let's see the, oh, that ain't bad at all. Look at that dross. That's nothing, that'll smack right off. All right, there it is. We'll set it over here with the template, double check it. Then we'll set up the camera and put it in, make sure everything works. Dry it off. Not bad at all. All right, like I said, we'll set up the camera, move the table out of the way, and we'll get that plate in there and make sure it's correct. Everything works out, then we can take that motor out, rearrange some things in here, and then get that cab and bed and start taking everything off of it. Already knocking off pieces of the puzzle. The new plate's in. Similar shape as the old one, but the slots are correct now. You have the correct alignment to just slide the motor mount bolts through. And there's room to adjust it if need be. But that'll be nice and strong. That's 1/4 inch material. All right, we'll move on to the next step. Put it all the way over here, and now I don't like it here. I need to use availability of this space here. So I'm gonna slide this all the way back over there. Then we'll pull the Ford in, nose forward over here, kind of give me room to take the bed off and set it aside. And then we'll figure out where we're putting what next. now that I have the bed off, I'll take the truck, push it back over here, and we'll get the bed out of the way over here so we can get the truck set up to where we're gonna get the body and front end off, and then we'll just roll the chassis on out the door. Bed's off and it looks smaller already. All right, we're gonna leave that there for right now. Before we start pulling this front end, the bumpers, and the cab off this chassis, I wanna finish this frame. First off, we'll get it up on those rollers. That way everything can be moved around out of my way, or however I want it. But first, we're gonna get rid of these half moons. I'm not sure if we're gonna use a plasma and just fill each one, make a little piece for each one, or if we're gonna cut this top off and redo it. Then we're gonna do shocks, and then we'll get the fuel cell put in place and bolted down. Once we do that, then we'll get back on stripping the front of this and getting that cab off that chassis and getting that chassis out of here. All right, what do you guys think? What do you guys want to see? You want to see more time lapses? You want more of me telling you and explaining what I'm doing? These videos are for you, not me. So you guys tell me what you'd like to see. Now that I've got the last link bar out, they're pretty snug in there, so I had to use these spreading pliers to get them out. But now they're out, I can go inside and set up to cut 20 of these half moons out on the plasma table. That's the good thing about having that. It would be a real pain in the butt to have to cut all these out by hand. I mean, you do what you gotta do, but yeah, having that table definitely helps. I've got 18 loaded up. I've already done a couple. The first one was good, but I wanted it a 16th bigger. So now it'll actually make contact. See, so now it'll have to clean up a little, but before it was right at the edge. This one now will barely sit on there instead of being just a hair short. So we'll set it up and we'll get these cut. fresh off the table. All I gotta do is smack some of this dross off. I wonder if when the compressor came on or whatnot, but there's a few spots where there's some dross, some dressing, and then there's some spot there's none. But we'll get those cleaned up, and we gotta prep everything. Well, that's a little bit of a pain in the butt. Try to use the air saw to clean up these holes at the end. As you can see, my fillers don't fit just because of the weld, that little bit. So I was gonna clean that up, clean that out, but that's just taking way too long. So I'll just clean these up a little bit. Sand these edges down on these corners, and I should be able to get it to tuck down in there pretty nicely. It'll fill these holes really, get this all filled up for them. But we'll prep all these and get these ready on the next video. That's all it's gonna be for this one. Make sure to hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications. That way you get updates of us finishing up this Ford. A lot to go. Thanks for watching, everybody.